Find, wasn't it? I mean, how long have you been looking for that brooch? Absolutely thrilled, and it went for much more than you'd valued it for, even though it was quite a modest-looking little... We're in the festive mood tonight, and ever since I've started working on the Antiques Roadshow, I've wanted to make a special Christmas programme because I love the traditions associated with this time of year. And Judith Miller, our antiques expert, is here. And Judith, thinking about the traditions of Christmas, we can see so much of that through the items that have been brought into the roadshow over the years. Do you remember that painting we saw? It was this year at Blair Castle.
Well, it's actually, in some ways, quite a recent thing. People often sent men didn't have to pay. So some people didn't want to receive cards because they then had to pay. But
haven't we? There were some that Paul Atterbury looked at, very elaborate with the cutouts and the images, absolutely beautiful. Roadshow of the years, and much more modern ones. I'm thinking 1920s, 1930s.
Well, one of my very, very favourite.
We'll be talking about all things Christmassy. As you'll know, often it's not what an object is worth that makes it special. We regularly show pieces with little or no financial value, but that have huge personal importance. Perhaps the most powerful example of this was during our special Remembrance Sunday programme. It was a letter written during the Second World War, a moving confession from a husband to his wife, opened after his death. Everyone who watched the programme with the letter from Ted that he wrote to you was so moved by it. I know I was.
Yeah.
Did you see it on the programme?
Yes, yes.
And what did you think?
Overwhelming, overwhelming.
In the letter he wrote that he'd become an air gunner in Halifax bombers.
Yes, Halifax bombers, yes.
And he didn't tell you because he didn't want to worry you.
No, no.
And he was worried about the deception, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And what did you think when you read that? Because you had no idea.
I couldn't believe it. It wasn't over. I met Thomas Edward Newman Smith and had a happy life.
Who you married?
Yes, yes. And yes, when I met him, and he was the most kindest, loveliest man that you could wish to meet. Understanding and kind, and he gave me back my life.
Oh, there, Fiona, when your child opens a present on Christmas Day, you've got to say to them, OK, keep it in tremendous condition, don't play with it much, and keep that box.
Seems a bit... Anything that remains of this watch?
Yes, indeed there is. We know an enormous amount about it. We have the original design by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, which you see here.
This was made, what, in gold?
In gold, decorated with black enamel.
You don't ask for much, do you, Geoffrey? My goodness. Search your house, look under the sofa, see if you can find this long-lost watch. And if you do, contact us, or better still, bring it along to one of the roadshows. We're just planning our next set of visits around the UK for next year, and we'd love to see you at one of them.